Hello, my beautiful friends and Facebook family. Hello, all of you. My name is Sally May, and my last name is Polly. This is my sign name. I have a few different sign names. I've got this one, this one, this one, but those are old. I prefer this one. Or this one is also fine, whatever, but that other one, that's one of my older sign names from a long time ago. Back when I was not behaving as well. Anyway, I don't normally post videos. I'm more comfortable typing, using words on Facebook, making my posts that way. But I've noticed my way of typing, words on Facebook, it doesn't matter. I always try to be positive. Nothing but positive. I usually try to support and encourage the community to work together. And I noticed that whatever I'm typing, I see a lot of deaf people that disagree with what I'm saying, and I'll explain a little bit. I grew up hearing, but I became deaf when I was 5. But I didn't really learn sign language until I was 9. My first language is English. Yes, I was born hearing, so you have to understand, where I'm coming from, my experience and my signing. The way my home life, I was abused physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, the whole time I was growing up. But I survived. Now I'm deaf, and I survived. My home story, some of the stories I could tell you would shock you, but I'm still here. My life story, it would really, really surprise you, but I'm not here to tell that story. That's not why I'm making this vlog. This vlog is about the deaf community being divided. It doesn't matter how many positive things I post or whatever. I feel like they're looking down on it. And they're always having negative comments and feedback about it. And hearing people see my posts, they're typically more positive and celebrating my post. And members of the deaf community, my goal is for hearing and deaf people to work together. But a lot of deaf people complain about, not having enough jobs, not having good enough access to communication, not enough interpreters. And hearing people see that, deaf complaining and being sick of it. But I don't want, hearing people to think that deaf people are just negative, and I don't want the community to have negative opinions about the hearing community. So, I feel like both of my friends, hearing and deaf, should be able to work together and see where each other's coming from. But sometimes the deaf, whatever I post, they feel like I'm trying to belittle them, and that, that maybe my English isn't clear. I don't know. I can't really explain why they feel like that. That's why I keep, reposting and posting. I'm not trying to, say that they're any less. And, my hearing friends don't feel like that. They're more supportive and they're more encouraging. I notice that my posts make a lot of hearing, people and a lot of interpreters that I know happy, but the deaf community, I feel like the deaf community and hearing community, they just don't understand how to interact with each other. They one doesn't see the other as equal, and that's the point of this. I feel like, I don't understand the hearing community without an interpreter. Interpreters, volunteered free for the first year when they're just getting set up, and I can understand that. But, after that, I understand, that you have to pay for them for that next year. And I can understand them wanting to be paid. And it makes me happy that they're willing to help the deaf community in that way and volunteer. For the deaf community, I'll give you an example. Abigail Spangler, who was running, for the 17th seat in Congress, she's really fighting the battle. But I've seen, she's been lecturing a lot, and one of her thing she was really trying to combat was, there's a lot of arguing about this. And, what did President, I posted, a lot of the members of Facebook were posting about that. I was upset by all those posts, but, I can't really make it stop happening. I was really feeling, that something that's really important is, like, I really try to post from my heart and, to support the deaf community, and that really warms my heart. So when I'm posting, I usually sign. I prefer to type the words instead of sign. Some people, tend to complain about, not enough jobs, not enough interpreting access, not enough communication access, not enough education access for deaf people and for deaf children. There's a lot of complaining, from CDJ or CDM. It's very divided. And it's perfect. I mean, I think, it's a good place for deaf and hard of hearing to come together and express their concerns with Abigail Berger. I think that, it's a good place to type that. And again, I want to, I'm not impressed, with the English, maybe more, for hearing, but I don't know. I read about, hearing people see that, and applaud, good job, to me, and deaf people are upset. The deaf community is upset about what I'm typing. They'll start, like, firing back at me. But I feel, really impacted by that. And it's killing me, getting that kind of negative feedback from my community. Mommy. So I just feeling like that, for like a whole week, I was, I was emotionally drained. I don't like feeling I feel like I built up a wall long ago, so those things I really have tried to improve myself, to rise above it, to become a better person. That's, I wanted to become a better person. I've, learned how to deal with my emotions, my heart has been softened, and I try to be clear about my feelings, and I'm open to learning and seeing a positive, better way to live, in the last 17 years. Yes. And some of when some of those people, fire their negative comments at me, it doesn't hit me. And that picture that's of my mother, she never knew me. One day, that since the day I was born, she's never really I met her when I, went to Gallaudet in 1975. I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry. It's made me who I am. It's better that way. If you had actually taken care of me, I wouldn't have been here. I would have been in a different situation. I could think about how my life would have been different if I'd stayed with her, but if I'd grown up in a different home, I mean, I'm here. That's my mom. But, back to this. So, I'm finished, that I, I'm done firing back. I'm done fighting back. Mommy. So again, long time, it took me a long time to, get on my feet. It was the worst. When I was living in Virginia, I was poor. I didn't have good, access to services. I don't mean none, but I didn't have access, there weren't a lot of access to service for deaf people growing up. What's the book, Mommy? In Maryland, I try not to post, all my problems. Most insurance, top insurance, those doctors will accept, but, I had subpar insurance, but that's another discussion. But I took care of it. And it's important, having access, if something happens that I can go, but if I don't have access to insurance, or or being able to have friends that I can reach if I need to get a ride somewhere. That want to help me get on my feet. If I didn't have friends, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank my two best friends. I sign more with them. I have more, but right now I can't think of their names. But you know who you are, and I appreciate you. Also, thank you, Candace, and Rachel. Sorry. That who owns UCC. I tend to need more. tend to, I prefer more positive things to read, and I feel like those things help me. You know, a little bit of talking, but that's all. Anyway, now recently, now name, you know, a lot of support, 3 years, you know, supporting, you know, they've been a strong motivating force, 2 or 3. I send with them not very often, but I'll chat with Candace sometimes. Okay.